Now then, I'll just say this. I'm not going to give background on this. If you're interested, you can go back. I've made about 4 prior tapes, and I give background and then try to tell, and I run out of time. So I'm just going to say that I was kidnapped in 41. I'm Margaret Ann Windsor, and I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace. This is my dad, the real King Edward VIII. This is an imposter that married Wallace Simpson. And this is my Uncle George that helped kidnap me and took down his own brother and became the illegal George VI. He's with Roosevelt in 39, the year I was born. They're planning my kidnapping. My father was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe, Georgia O'Keefe, an American. She's the artist. My father was legally wed to Claudia O'Keefe. Here's Elizabeth. She's part of the New World Order that helped kidnap me, the Kennedys, Rothschilds, Rockefellers. And she's part of the New World Order. So the Windsors sold me out and sold out Great Britain. Now, I wrote about mind-control murders. I've just told that, and I'm going to tell it real quick. Larry Flint was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, while I was doing the medical malpractice book about Larry McDonald, congressman, doctor. He was shot, and the guy was programmed to shoot him. Now, this was in March the 6th of 78, and this is April 84 issue of Hustler. And he says here that I knew who was responsible for his shooting, killing of his attorney, and that they made a pauper out of me. Now that I'm going to my illness again, I'm trying to pick up on it. When I came to Roanoke in 86, October, I was kept penniless. I couldn't get a job anymore. I couldn't get a place to stay. And if you did a background check on me, you'd find out a total lie. It's not even the right name. Now then, the lady that I've had to come back here to Corporate Suites. I was here 2 years ago. It's affordable Corporate Suites. And I had to come back here because I was made sick. New people took over, and I'd lived at Quality Airport since 1/12/13, and it was so bad that really I checked out, and I always paid my rent, everything. I had to leave. I was forced to leave. I was so sick. They were killing me. They force-feed me chemicals, and who do you go when law enforcement's telling them to do it? They get stuff on people. Everybody has something to hide. And that's the FBI can tell you that, and that's who's really behind this that's being done to me in these programming. People had much rather join forces with them. They don't want to go to jail with the FBI or the local police, which just is a hand doing what the FBI tell them. So if their kid's caught with drugs, they'd much rather do what the cops tell them to do, or if they've broken the law. Or one man told me he didn't want his kid kidnapped. I've been told that over and over. And the other was that one man told me after he soaked my tent and I thought I was dying, he told me that they were going to attach his bank account. Now then, I want to go. I've been force-fed, made to run formaldehyde. I've said that in different the tapes leading up to this and ones I've made prior. If you can't go to the law and you can't get an attorney, what do you do? So I'm just going to show this one. I'm back here at Corporate Suites, and this morning she said something. They came in and they demand to come in and, I could get in and it'd take all the tape up again of what they do. They paint outside the door on the flooring, or suddenly they have maintenance, or and they demand to come in, and the air conditioning goes out, and they come in and poison air pours out from then on. I could go on and on. But you think it's nice having maid service once a week. They force you to have the maid come in, and they are doing the same thing they've done before to me. And I've stayed at several of these. They're owned by Lance. He's Jewish. And normally these would be pretty nice if you're somebody else, but like every other place I've lived, they have force-fed me chemicals that would kill a horse. Now the FBI are telling them to do it, and the local law enforcement are the ones that's helping. They do what the FBI say, or the FBI will put them under investigation. I try to leave, I'm run back here. So I put this on other tapes, and I'm going to try to just tell this. This is affordable when the state trooper, retired state trooper Barton, brought me down off the mountain when my tent had been covered in fuel during the night. His wife Linda brought me down, and she told me to Affordable Suites, she told me that that's how they run me with chemicals. Well, I knew that, so I won't go through all this again. This was August '09, and I stayed there 17 months, I believe. And what was done to me there would kill anybody. I'm allergic to chemicals. It makes my immune system attack itself. It's got my liver. It's got my kidneys. I can't walk because the inflammation is so bad. And then I've got shingles from the last place I was there when I just left. The odd thing is I had gone in, they did have a breakfast there, and everybody watched this. I knew these people. I spoke with them on a daily basis. Do you know they watched it, all of it? They have not called to say, how are you? They saw what happened to me. I was run from one room to the other, and they were soaking me in fuel, and suddenly they'd remodel and have to come in, and finally I was just told to leave. The Patels had bought it, and I had to be out even though my rent had always been paid, and I can go on and on. I had to come back here, and same thing's going on here. Now then, I want to get to this real quick. They've come in, and the shingles can't get better as long as I'm being fed chemicals, which is what's being done. My bed's soaked. I can't even go out. This is a key to this room. It's not one of those cards. So somebody has to have a key. When I leave, they come in just like they've done in the past. And this is done at the other places with the residents all knowing it, and especially the people that clean. I've had them come in and just spray the bed and everything and soak it. Now then, and watch me be so sick I'm passed out on the bed. Now then, this morning I wanted to go to this because one of the murders here, Murphy, Alexis, Tierra Murphy, that went missing the 3rd of last August, I believe. She's one of the mind control murders. And this morning, after this week of what they've done to me here again, and you can't say they can't come in, or they'll tell me I have to leave even though it's illegal. Everything they've done to me is illegal. This morning she mentioned Gene Croft, who signed where I was at last year, that signed in 09. I don't know what I didn't get the gist of it, why, but anyway, she told me she left a job that she'd worked at 20 some odd or 30 years, and it was a banking position, and she was up for I forgot what it was. Anyway, it was a big promotion. Yet she left that, and she showed me the picture of her daughter on the internet, or her photograph on her desk, the big one, on the computer, and her daughter's just finishing high school, and she reminded me that her name was Alexis, and she says, that's for Alexander. Well, she knows, she deliberately told me that because Alexandra is my great-great-grandmother who was married to King Edward VII. So this fits in the pattern. So I can tell you what they did to her real quick before this goes out. The law enforcement either got something on them, told them they were going to kill her daughter, kidnap her, and so she went after me. She left the job and came over here where she has to clean rooms. She's manager, but it's small. And so she helps go after me, and she really has. Her and the woman that suddenly came back from Atlanta that cleans room have soaked this one and done things. So I'm going to leave it at that. I can't keep going. I don't know. The Brits have to